The cow killer ant is known as one of the deadliest insects in the entire world. And this guy thought it would be a good idea to have one as a pet.
Let's see what it's like to have one of the most dangerous insects as a pet living in your house.
Insanely viral YouTube video where a guy named Coyote Peterson lets himself get stung by a
Coyote
cow killer.
Peterson
Based off
is
of his
top
reaction,
G.
You can
He's
tell this
insane.
insect has one of the most painful stings in the entire world. Now, normally you would want to
It's
stay
true,
away
it
from
does.
these things, but I just found a website that will sell you one. As
$50?
Dude, that's it.
$50!
What in the wish.com? What in the Walmart is this man doing? Somebody should revoke his credit card access.
$50 for a bug.
Guys, we should not let anybody buy these ever.
Who would ever spend that much money to buy one singular insect?
Velvet ants are wingless insects that are found in tropical and subtropical regions around the world. They are also known as cow killers or piranha ants due to their painful sting. Velvet ants are not actually ants, but they are related to wasps. Be sure to read the care guide below to make your velvet ant happy.
They say that their sting is so potent that they can actually kill a cow with it, which is why they're called the cow killer.
Called a cow killer because its sting is powerful enough to kill a literal cow. Huh, what could go wrong?
Adam's mom.
So in this video, I'm gonna build
Yeah,
a
the same
home,
mom.
show off everything about keeping a pet cow killer, which means yes, I am going to let it crawl on my arm.
What kind
And
of
it stings
meat
me,
are we looking
I'm going
at?
to be in so much pain. But until it got delivered to
Why
my
would he
house,
do
I
that?
got out the enclosure and a
Hey,
bunch of
pool
desert
party.
rocks to build its home. To start, I stacked each of the rocks in this pattern
so
that would
satisfying.
create a canyon look in here.
Now, the reason I bought these types of rocks is because they look like the rocks in real canyons. But yeah, because they look so
Checks out.
realistic, these rocks were very expensive.
Whoa.
That's
No.
actually how much.
You have to spend $130 for something you can literally just get outside.
What you're saying is he spent more on the rocks than the actual ant.
Who's saying that? He's saying
So
that.
I'm confused about this wasp ant thing. If it can kill a cow, what happens if it stings, say, a butterfly? Does the butterfly just instantly explode? Like, what the frick happens to it?
I'm kind of curious what happens if I were to get stung, because a cow is bigger than me.
I know, you would die. So, like, what if it stings anything else that's this big, it would just explode, I think. I don't know.
We don't talk about that.
You see, cow killers live in deserts in the wild, which sort of makes sense because all of the most deadly and painful animals
That's true.
live in the desert. Anyways, to finish the canyon look in this enclosure, I got some of this excavator sand
I thought that was
stuff.
Cheetos for a
If I
second.
add this bowl of water to
Cheeto
this cup
dust.
of the sand and pour it in there like that, then just go and mix it up with my
I could watch this all
hand.
day.
And
Is
that
after a
gonna make
minute,
like
it turns
clay?
into clay
Dude, I watch
substrate,
Dirt
which I can kinda
ASMR
make into a
every
nice
single
ball
day. It's
of,
insane. I love it.
Poop. Yes, it's kind of nasty. But basically, using this clay, I'm gonna go and stick it in between each of these rocks to kind of glue them together, and we're gonna have a nice completed canyon.
is
look.
awesome.
Smart.
Anyways, after putting
Natural
that all
cement.
over the rocks and letting it dry, it ended up looking pretty good. But the
I would
next
add a
step
little
to
bit of my
finishing
own
this
dirt
desert
there,
is,
too.
of course, to put some sand in here because deserts they have to have sand.
But before putting the sand in, first
And
I
cacti.
got these big bags of black rocks. And apparently if I scatter this around the floor before putting the sand in, it should help absorb any extra moisture, and that'll prevent any mold.
Is this
from
all
growing
for
in
just
the
one
desert.
little bee?
I think so, and it's an ant.
Oh, yeah.
A container and filled it with some sand and some of this soil to make the desert substrate.
Basically, the reason why I'm
Sandy
using this
soil.
as the substrate is because when I put the plants and cactuses inside, this soil is going to provide a lot of nutrients, so they're able to grow nice and tall, and we get a fully fledged desert. In
I know that he's like making a YouTube video and that's the primary focus, but did anybody else get a little bit angry when he just poured the sand on the desk? Just me? Okay.
here.
So I went and poured that on top of all of the carbon and pushed it up against the rocks to make the desert floor. But as you can see, this doesn't really look like a desert because of how much dirt I added to that substrate. So I quickly poured a thin layer of just normal sand on top so it would look like a desert once again.
I'm
Alright,
at
this is
the
already starting to
beach.
look like a good cow killer enclosure.
Jack, the
but to make
desert
it
is not
even
the
better,
beach.
It's time to add in some plants and decorations.
Add some ocean.
It's quite the
Yeah,
opposite.
it
To the
is.
decorations, and that basically just means wood and rocks because that's pretty much all deserts have, to be honest. They're pretty boring. First of all,
If you could have an enclosure, what would you put in it? Wait, let me go first. Tissues. That's it. I think that's all you would
For
need.
you? You're a creeper.
No, for you, I'm saying. Like, if I were to build an enclosure and I knew Adam was going in there, I would just put a ridiculous amount of dirt and then tissues.
Yeah, well, tissues are multi-purpose. You could use them to blow your nose. You could use them to wash your face, clean yourself. You could use them to wipe your butt. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I would probably put pizza in Alex's enclosure.
I love that.
I put some of this spider wood around the tank randomly and even used some of it to make little bridges across the canyons that the cow killer would be able to walk on. Then I got some of these longer sticks and put them on the side of the canyon to make it look like there were roots growing from it or something.
That should be in
pretty
an art
cool.
museum.
But I did end up getting 2 cool decorations.
Whoa, whoa,
which are right
whoa.
here. The
What are
first
we
of which
looking
is
at?
these
Hey,
little
yo.
logs, which are called choya wood. And the reason these
With
are
the
cool
wood?
decoration is
That
because
is
the
cool.
wood?
Man.
Some good looking
choya,
wood.
It's a cool word to say, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and also they're good.
Choya.
They have all these little holes so the cow killer can run inside and then just hide and make a home in there. So yeah, that's good. And for the second cool decoration,
No.
I got a
Whoa.
live scorpion.
Oh
Just
my
kidding,
God,
it's actually
wait.
not a live scorpion.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I was gonna
a
say, no
live
way that's
toy
real.
Scorpion, but you know, it's a desert.
looks
so I think it'll fit
realistic.
pretty well. I'm just gonna put
They
it.
got
sell
me.
that in women's
Spot
size?
There. Take a look at that. Looks pretty deserty.
Now for the
does that
plants.
mean?
And as you know, not many things can live in the deserts since it's so dry. So our only options are succulents and cacti, which of course are able to absorb tons of water.
But I don't have any of those.
This
types of
guy's
plants,
freaky.
So I gotta go. To
I'm
the store.
learning
Let's
stuff.
go. Okay,
This is
so as you
awesome.
guys
For
can see,
once.
I'm at Home Depot. And the reason I'm here to get plants is because I saw a comment from one of you guys saying you got 820 plants for $30.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
what?
Good deal. I mean, it's
I
probably
hope
a typo
so.
or something,
I can
but
get
let's just
1,000
go
plants
see
for
if Home
free.
Depot has any good deals on plants.
Just go to my
So
local
I made
Just
my
park.
give
way
Adam
over
2
to the
hours.
garden section, expecting there to be a ton of plants. But when I got there was literally nothing.
Bro, there is not a single
Dang.
plant in
It's because the other dude bought them all out, you dummy. Why would you go the same week that he bought 820?
Everybody knows that plants hibernate during the winter.
Alec?
That's valid points out of both of you.
Alex never seen a plant a day in his life, let's be real.
What is this?
But apparently because it was winter, they just moved most of the plants inside because I ended up finding this little
See, they're
collection of
hibernating.
plants.
Dang, look at all these succulents. Wait, this is
Okay.
actually exactly what
Okay, he doesn't have to call them succulents, though.
That's what they're
That's
called.
exactly what they are, Alec.
You gotta call them what they are, Alec.
What is that?
We call you
So I
Homo
picked out a
sapien,
nice
but Homo for
selection.
short.
While I didn't
He's
get
got a little
as big
hairdo.
deal as
That is a
comment
crazy
said, it
looking
still only
cactus.
costs like $20 for all these plants, which is pretty good.
Kinda looks like a
Anyways, to
Pokemon.
plant these desert plants, I shook off all the excess dirt and
Wait.
planted just the roots in the sand. And in no
Oh.
time, it was done. But the final step to finishing the cow killer's home is insects. And I've got 2 different species of insects I want to put
Smash.
in here. First of all, you already know, I've got springtails, the extremely tiny
Oh
white
my
creepy
gosh, I
bug
hate
thing.
those
So
when I
those
find
are
them
the
in my bed.
bugs. They eat all of the algae and bacteria.
They're so annoying. They always
Yeah,
crawl
there's
me
just
when
like
I'm trying to
1,000
sleep in
of
my
them in
bed.
here. All these tiny little white things moving. Those
That's
are all
life.
springtails.
Oh.
But these are extra important in a desert enclosure like this because every now and then I'm gonna have to go and
Whoa.
spray each of the plants
Oh.
down and water them and the spring.
Did anybody else think that was a flamethrower? No.
No.
I thought it was gonna be like
Make
insect
sure to
repellent.
pick up any extra mold that grows because of all the moisture. So yeah, they're pretty useful. Let's just dump these guys in here. Yeah, pretty good.
And second
That
of all,
scorpion
I've
scared
got
me.
these things, which are mealworms.
But the real reason why I'm gonna put these guys in the enclosure is because I'm kind of interested to see if the cow killer's gonna go and just sting them. To be
Whoa,
honest, I don't really
that
know
would
if
be
the cow
cool.
killer
Isn't that
eats insects
cannibalism?
Like this, but I guess I'm gonna figure
If
out.
an
which
insect
No.
eats an
A
insect.
cannibalism act of cannibalism is when one thing eats another thing that's the same thing.
And Adam, worms are different from ants.
Fish are friends, not food.
Good job, Bruce.
Put them in here.
Well, this desert enclosure is now complete. And that means
That looks
I gotta
really cool.
get the pet cow killer. Yeah, I don't even...
Dude, I don't understand why anybody complains about having a school bully. Like, you could get rid of them like that for 50 bucks. Like
Don't get
that.
any ideas. No, guys, no.
You should never have a school bully again. You serious?
Considered a felony by normal state laws.
Take your mother's credit card and buy that thing and put it in their lunchbox.
Do not do that.
Guys, what you're gonna want to do is grab the credit card and you're gonna want to send me the information, but I'm not gonna do anything with it.
Guys, what are you doing? Stop promoting that.
It's either the bully no longer shows up to school or they catch you and you go to a different school. It's a win-win-win-win.
Don't listen to anything that those 2 dummies say. Do not do that.
We could do a social security for social security in the comments, guys.
If this video gets 10,000 likes, I will do it to my school bully that lives in my house.
Do
in-
not
in
take
my
any of their
basement.
advice. This is
Shut
awful
up,
advice.
cow.
I will do it to Alec. I'm talking about Alex.
like this.
8 days
Oh,
later.
guys, it took a
later.
long time for
Live
this to get
fish?
delivered, and I don't even
I did
know
not
why it says
realize
live fish if there's a cow killer in
That
here.
this
But
insect was this big.
Wait, what a second. Wait, it's a fish?
This whole
This
time
whole
it's been a
video!
fish.
This whole time!
Fish, guys? Oh my god. It's alive.
This is proof that we're living in a simulation.
So maybe it is cannibalism now.
I know I keep bringing this up, but seriously, if I get stung by this thing, I'm going to be in this much pain. Like, just look at this guy's face.
I would pee my pants.
I just don't want to do that. But anyways, let's just go.
If that thing stung me, I might kill a cow.
Don't ever try this at home, by the way. I think when Coyote Peterson did that, he had like an entire medical staff team around him in case he died, because you can die from this. So if that, do not try that ever.
I watched that video, Alec, and in the video, they actually explained that Coyote Peterson is also part coyote, so that's probably why it didn't affect him like it would you and I.
I'm starting to not believe anything that you say.
I think that would be the only time, like, ever where you could kiss somebody on the mouth without permission and get away with it.
I'm playing the video and I'm not listening to Adam anymore.
So I cut the tape and got the container out that supposedly the bug was inside.
Okay,
so
what
this is
That is clickbait.
What is that?
Why'd they send that huge box?
Did they send a used tissue? What is that?
They surrounded it in, like, alien-proof tinfoil or something.
Wait, what? Play the video. We haven't even seen it yet, guys.
They sent him a napkin. He got scammed off the black market.
We haven't even seen it
Alec,
yet.
are you selling used tissues?
Well, I might be, but it has nothing to do with this video.
Belle Delphine sells bathwater. Alex sells used tissues.
so promising. It's
With
just
ants.
a clear plastic container with a paper towel. Well, I guess let me just carefully take the lid off and, okay, please, hopefully nothing
they
jumps
fly?
out at me.
I very carefully
That's
used some
termites.
tweezers to move the paper towel into another container. And then I carefully moved
Oh, in
around
there?
that paper towel to try and reveal the cow
That
killer.
is crazy. You
I
spent
think I see
50
it in
bucks
there.
on
Wait,
this
do you
thing.
see that? Hold on, look at this.
Is it dead?
That's the cow killer.
That's moving.
May
No,
not
it
look
is.
like
It's
It's moving.
moving.
This
Yeah.
thing-
I actually did notice that when you transport insects, you make them really cold so that they don't move as much, and it's kind of like you're putting them into a little hibernation. So that's probably what happened. It had to warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
Here is one of the most painful stinging insects. Or not
It's
even
kinda
insects,
cute.
Animals in the
Don't, Jack.
entire
Don't
world.
do
It
it.
has red
I
hair?
couldn't just move it straight inside of the new enclosure.
I'd
because
kiss it.
first I
It's
had
like
to
a
build the
glazed
rest of
donut.
it
It's
on
really
so it wouldn't
deadly.
be able to escape. Because if
But
it
it
did,
looks so
that would
good.
be really bad.
Okay, well, it's right here, so I'm just gonna risk it for the biscuit and pick it up super carefully.
That is danger.
And
I thought he was going to get
drop it. Okay,
multiple,
you're
like a whole colony's
giant.
worth.
Soon enough, the
How much
bug
money do you think this
crawled
guy
out of
has?
his paper towel and
That would
started
be-
to
that would kill his
explore
entire
around
town if
new
they
home.
escaped.
But considering the cow killer spent the last week in that shipping box, it's probably pretty hungry. So I wanted to get it fed right away.
And when you search it on Google, it says the cow killers like to eat nectar, larvae, and adult insects.
It's
So
a
I think first
cannibal!
I'm gonna feed them some of this
Told you.
insect jelly food, which I usually
What?
feed to my crickets. But basically, it should
They get
replicate the
Jell-O?
nectar that they find in flowers in the wild.
Oh.
So I opened up the
This
pack
insect's
of jelly
living
and
my
put it
dream
right in
life,
front
man.
of the cow killer. Within about a minute, it must have
Please just
That is
imagine.
so much food.
Imagine you're the size of that cow ant, and a Jello that big drops down.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
It would kind of be like going over to your friend's house and their entire pool is filled with Jello.
And Alex's mom would be there.
Okay, what is happening today,
We're
guys?
building out our dream world.
because it crawled right up to it and just stayed there looking like it was eating it.
Yo, look at the cow killer. Just put
Yummy.
its face straight up to the jelly and it's
Yummy.
just devouring it, I'm pretty sure.
And yeah, he really just sat there for 20 whole minutes eating it, and I eventually just took the jelly away
What?
from him because I
Oh.
didn't want him to eat.
He's
You
gonna go in a
bully.
food
Anyways, I
coma.
want to see if this
Look,
cow
he
killer's
can't move
gonna eat
anymore.
The other stuff that Google said it would
He's in a
eat.
food
One of the
coma.
things
Drunk
it
on
would
nectar.
eat is adult insects, and if you remember, I did put mealworms in here. Let me see if I
They
can
might be
find
too
one.
big.
Here we go. There's just a
Ew.
mealworm in the sand right there.
Yeah, those are very
Bring
big.
this right over to the cow
This might
killer.
be bigger
and
than the
see
cow
if he
Dude.
reacts if I
He's
just
passed
That's
out.
what my
next to it.
bearded dragon
Here.
eats.
Now, right away, the cow killer noticed the mealworm
He's like, hush, hush, little guy. I'm gonna sting you.
up to it.
an all-you-can-eat
But while it
buffet
even
right
started
there.
to crawl on top of the mealworm, it didn't really seem to care at all that it was there. In fact, it kind of just put its mouth on the sand where the insect jelly was just sitting to try and suck up any of the last sugar that was there. So
Jelly.
yeah, I guess they don't really eat insects.
Not when they're
Alright,
twice the
night
size of
time, and I
them.
got my mom in here. Say hi.
The reason I got my mom in here is because I was gonna need her to film the cow killer
Hi,
when
Mom.
it walked on my arm. But first, I
Yeah.
have to show her the bug.
Can you just guess what's inside real quick, based off the desert?
Some sort of bug.
Yeah, it is a bug. Actually, you can probably see it. It's in this little container right here. Basically, if I take this off, it's this little red creature bug thing, and it's called a cow
You should have pranked her.
killer. Because they say its sting is painful enough to be able to kill a literal cow.
What?
Yeah, so
you
basically,
serious?
the reason I brought you in today is because I just want you to film me, basically letting it crawl on me, because I was just thinking, you know, like,
So,
I just
like,
wanna bond with it.
where's the
That sounds like a
dad?
really bad idea.
So first, I'm gonna start by picking
No,
up its
no, no,
abdomen
no, no,
with
no,
these
no, no.
tweezers. Don't worry, this doesn't actually hurt the bug because it has a super strong abdomen. It's just basically like a skeleton. Oops, I dropped
He
it.
just
But
squished
eventually
it like a
I picked it
bug.
up again and
I
put
feel
it
like that
inside.
hurt it.
This actually doesn't hurt. It just, he
Just
kills it.
squishes it.
It doesn't hurt the bug at all.
Nah, he good. He good. Get up. Get up.
Side of the container.
Okay, you got a good shot. So basically, I'm just gonna start.
No way he's actually gonna do it.
I don't want to get
He's-
mad when
I
it
think he's
falls out.
I didn't
doing
think he was
Let it
actually
fall
gonna do
out,
it.
so.
And this
You don't
will kill
clickbait,
a cow.
Alec.
Well, yeah, that's what they say, but I don't think it actually can. All I know is it's super painful.
It didn't take long until the cow killer got to the edge
I
of
don't
the
think he's
container
going to get
and then
stung.
stepped onto my arm.
Now we just hope and pray this doesn't sting me. Right
I would
now.
be
So I don't wanna make
sweating
any sudden movements, and then it's gonna
so
know I'm
much if I
bad,
were
and
him.
It's gonna try to sting me.
It would
Now, I had
sense
to
your
let it
fear,
stay
Alec.
on me for at least a minute. So in the meantime, I just tried to talk with my mom to distract me.
What is the purpose of this? You want to bond with your pet?
Yeah, because everyone bonds with their dog and stuff. I just want to bond with
Oh,
my
he's a
cow killer.
puppy.
You see how its sting is just like crawling along me? It could accidentally sting me at any moment.
At this point, it started to look more aggravated, and as soon as the timer hit 60 seconds, I put the container in front of it, hoping it would crawl in. But it ended up crawling around it onto the side of my arm, where it eventually fell off onto the table.
Oh, thank
so
God.
I quickly scooped it up back into its container.
We got it. That was actually really nerve-wracking. I don't know.
He had a stunt
if I was
double
saying
arm.
a lot.
It wasn't
I was
actually him.
Like my heart was pounding like 200 beats a second. But now I could say I've been bonded with a cow killer.
What are you gonna name
The
it?
cow killer.
The cow killer.
That's the
Bessie.
name.
Now, I didn't get stung today, but I'm gonna have this pet for a while. So
This
if
thing
you
would
guys
kill
really
Bessie.
want to see it, I honestly wouldn't be totally opposed to doing it. So if you want to see
He's
me get
licking
stung
it.
for a video,
Yo!
subscribe. Because YouTube shows me how many subscribers a single video gives me. And if this gets like 100,000
Dang.
subscribers, then I'll know you guys
48K
really
from
want
one
me to do
video.
All right, guys, if we get 100,000 new subscribers from this video, we will all get stung by the cow killer, and Alex's mom will record it.
I'll do it.
Please,
I'll do
please,
that.
please.
100,000 subscribers. You heard the man.
Subscribe right now, guys. Do it. Subscribe. Turn on all notifications. Seriously, we're not kidding. Go do it.